Hi, Dramione fam. Get ready with me and let's talk about The Scavenger Hunt by Emeralds in the Dark. Let's get into it. So I've gotten this one as a rec multiple times, and for that, I thank you. This fic is for the fandom girlies. It will make all of your fandom dreams come true. It has the best pairings. It has a really fun plot. It's got massive character development. It's got found family. It's got redemption arcs for days. It's got plenty of well-written spice. It has everything. I say that it's a fic for Dramione lovers because while you certainly could read this as your first foray into fan fiction, I feel like it's more for people who have been in it for a while. Like, I maybe wouldn't recommend this as a first fan fiction. As a veteran fandom girly, you develop certain itches that just like love to be scratched, and I feel like this fic just hits them all. So they're 19. We're post-war, and there's been a mandate that everyone needs to go back to Hogwarts to finish their schooling. It's even part of like the deal for Draco and Theo and the other Death Eaters. So it's a Hogwarts fic, but it feels different because this one's not about like Hermione fretting over newts or them having like school-wide events or common room parties. I mean, not that I don't love fics that do that, but it was refreshingly different. So Kingsley and McGonagall have devised a unity project where the ministry has paired all of these 8-year students and is having them do a year-long scavenger hunt. I thought that this would mean them like running all over the castle looking for hidden objects. No, it was a unifying mind F of an experience that made them confront their pasts and their choices and their regrets and their futures. Wow. What it also did was lead to a lot of banging. So Hermione gets paired with Draco, of course. She's with Ron at the start of the year, having kind of unfulfilling sexual encounters with him and trying to maintain like some level of heat, but fighting the fact that they're probably better as friends. And Draco has noticed. He's very aware of what's going on. He wishes he wasn't, but he's being drawn in. We love a pining Draco. So Ginny gets paired with Blaze. And okay, this Blaze is marginally less boring than usual. I still want more for Blaze. Keep giving me the Blaze fix. But this Blaze at least had a personality, and he was really, really lovely. Like, you could see that he was kind of right for Ginny. He's obviously always had a thing for Ginny, and it doesn't take them long for sparks to start flying. So she ends her stale relationship with Harry and starts getting down with Blaze, and we love this journey for her. So Harry gets paired with Theo, who is suspiciously excited about this fact. Harry is, understandably, suspicious of Theo. He doesn't know anything about Theo, who is clearly mysterious and has a dark mark that he apparently willingly took. Harry's very uncertain. He's uncertain. So when other feelings begin emerging, Harry has to face a whole other dilemma. Obviously, Hermione and Draco's pairing goes very well. They're both very good at the scavenger hunt, as you would expect, and their chemistry heats up very, very hotly, very quickly. Yeah, you would expect that. But my favorite pairing was Ron and Pansy. Ron enters the year full of anger and distrust. He wants to be an Auror to rid the world of any remaining Death Eaters. He hates the snakes. He's horrified that they're having to pair up with them. And in honor of said snakes, I'm going to be using my Cobra black eyeliner. Anyway, he begrudgingly starts to work with Pansy, but he starts to like see that they have a lot in common. He starts to really see her and see what she's been through, and he starts to care. So each pairing has to do like one scavenger hunt task like once a month. And I thought this fic had good momentum by actually showing each pair go through each task. One task involves like a pensieve where they share each other's memories. One shows them like an alternate reality, which was like a little bit of like a window into Manacled. It's a mind F for sure. I feel like this is pretty, but it's not quite pansy enough. So I'm gonna like vavoom it up. Anyway, it's not just the pairs that are blossoming into couples that is like really lovely. It's the whole group of them coming together and finding camaraderie and shared experiences and like found family and growing together. It is just so, again, it just scratches all the itches. I loved it. And then like the plot, it just like serves continuously and it even gets into like ministry corruption. When that plot started to emerge, I was like, damn, this fic's got everything. I've talked before about Kingsley kind of like being sort of a bad guy. And this fic kind of gets into that. Like, he's a good guy, but is he? Like, yeah. I also really want to address the spice. One thing I was impressed with in this fic is that we have 4 different couples, and there's only so many moves, right? I mean, wrong. This author really tailored the encounters for each couple. They felt right within the scope of each character's like traits and each character's journey. I gotta say, the Ron and Pansy ones were like, woo, especially hot. Now, I like Pansy with Neville, I like Pansy with Percy, but this fic convinced me that Pansy and Ron are where it's at because they they just complete each other. I mean, it's lovely. Like, he needs to care for someone, she needs to be cared for. She makes him feel heroic and special. It's just, they're so perfect together. I loved it. I'm gonna mix up the mascara to really va-va-voom this. So some standout moments: Harry and Theo getting high and hooking up while listening to Fleetwood Mac. I love that. Blaze, Draco, and Theo trying to get a very drunk Hermione and Ginny back to the castle through the Honeydukes tunnel. That was funny. Theo just like existing in this is a standout. Ron spending all of his money to buy Pansy a diamond bracelet and her lovely reaction to that. Harry blatantly calling out Kingsley and Minerva at the finalist dinner was so cathartic, amazing. All of the dancing, Theo, Harry, Hermione, and Draco dancing and singing along to Chumbawamba when they're dancing to C'est La Vie at the beginning. And by the way, yes, that song is a masterpiece. So this fic is about 260,000 words, and it is available on AO3, but it's also available, as I listen to it, on Spotify by the Dramione Archives, and we know I'm a fan of her. And my final thing is a plea to M's in the Dark. I know you're on social media. I don't know if you're going to see this, but I have one little ask. You may have already done this too. And let me know if she has, because I really want it. Can we get a little one shot of Neville and Daphne hooking up in this fic? I wanted to see a little bit of their experience in this, because that was my one thing. I wanted to know about the other pairs. I mean, if the top 5 couples were all hooking up, like, were all of the couples hooking up? Like, what was going on with Luna and Parvati and Padma, whoever else was there? I wanted a glimpse into those, but especially Nev and Daphne, because based on how Daph is described, like being sad about having been rejected by Draco, I'd love to see sweet Nev, like, being her everything. Please and thank you. I feel like I should be wearing a black bob wig, but I don't have one. Anyway, that's all. If you're a fandom girly and you haven't read this one, do it. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Bye.